One. Oh, is the camera on? Camera's off. Okay, good. Okay, let's start again. Good morning, everyone. It's Emily here from All Things Divine, coming to you on this beautiful Monday morning with a bit of body wisdom. I'm going to just continue on with, I think, the chakra work. So our subtle bodies, our energetic bodies, and how we can tap into them, see where we may be unbalanced or a little bit blocked or a little bit highly strung. We've talked about so far, so we correlated with the base chakra, which is all about our safety, the foundations of our life, our belief systems, all that sort of thing. Last week we did the solar plexus, so tapping into our emotional bodies. And today we're going to move up to the solar plexus energy center. So this, and I could talk about this energy center for ages because it's been a huge one in my life. This energy center, which is about 2 inches above the belly button, this is where we hold our personal power. This is our center of will. And it's been a massive one for me and continues to be. And I want to really reiterate too that all of this, like we talk about unbalanced and balanced chakras and energy and all that sort of stuff and ways to correct it or bring it back into harmony. Now, at no point am I ever going to say they've got to be perfect all the time, because we are energetic beings in a highly energetic world, reality. And so for me, what I want to give to you is the ability to stop and give yourself permission just to check in with the self, to listen to the body's wisdom, whether it's a physical symptom or whether it's just the energetic stuff. This is all about you getting to know you, getting to know how you react and act, what your triggers are, what your body's telling you, what your mind's telling you, all that sort of stuff. So this is a really giving information onto how to connect with the self so that you can bring harmony to yourself, but giving yourself permission to stop, listen into your inner world, listen to your body, and be the observer, be the witness. This isn't about going, oh, I flipped out again and I'm such an idiot, blah, 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 blah. No, because we're human and we're going to do that. So I'm giving you permission to crack it, to have a tanty, to be happy, to be sad, to be anything. To sit with the emotion, to feel it, to follow it through, to clear it, but just to learn from it. Make these things little lessons in your life as to how you react and interact with the world around you. So yes, as I said, I can talk about this. I can talk about all of this stuff for so long. So I do have my notes planted around me so I stay on track. I have come in a little bit earlier. I normally come in at 10 o'clock. But I am doing an online course at the moment. So I've got to finish this up and get back onto an online course that I'm doing. So, right, solar plexus, our center of will, our personal power. So this is a beautiful space to check in with the self as to how you see yourself. In a beautiful way, I just want you to close your eyes now with your feet on the floor so you're connected to Mother Earth and you're grounded in this. And just take that deep breath in to the belly area. And just bring your awareness into your body. So check in to see what your body is doing. Just do a body scan. But come to this center, which is about 2 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches above your navel. And the color that resonates with this energy center is yellow, like a sunshine yellow. So even if you want to see, sense, or know that there's this beautiful yellow disc in this area, it could represent the sun, could represent a shield. And just feel into this area. And ask yourself the question, how do I feel about myself? Do I feel strong? Do I feel courageous? And this can be done on a daily basis, because obviously being energetic beings, we're going to change. Things can disrupt us and derail us. So it's this constant just checking in with the self. And how does it feel in this center? Does it feel beautifully expanded and bright and sunshiny and strong? Or is it feeling contracted? Does it feel wobbly? Are there any energetic pulses in this area? And whatever you feel is fine. This is not an exercise to berate yourself. We're getting away from that. You're being the witness, you're being the observer of self. You're learning from your body, you're learning from yourself. And when we do a chakra exercise, we can breathe yellow into this area and then breathe it out. And just witness what color, what's the strength of the yellow that gets breathed out. So just allow yourself this time to connect with the self in this personal power center. And then when you're ready, just come back to the self. Come back, open your eyes, take a deep breath in into this area. You can shake it off if you need to. So this is where we hold the idea of ourselves, our self-esteem. Ask yourself how you can break it down into segments, because you could feel really good as a mum or a partner or a boss or a friend. But then there might be other areas of yourself that's like, nah, not so much. I don't feel good in that, or I don't feel like, your self-esteem in certain areas may be really good, or it may be not so good. And my seat's playing up today. So this is a beautiful area, and I wanted to share a story actually, because even though I've been doing this work for, nearly 20 years, I realized that in the last year, I had given my power away. Now, I left a relationship 6 years ago where I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel strong. I had no self-esteem. I had taken on a lot of his crap as my own and had to deal with that. So when we find ourselves doing that we're taking on other people's problems or energy or emotions or everything like that, that can also unbalance this solar plexus. Because even though we can give our power away to other people, we can unknowingly take other people's power away from them. And quite often we do it because we love them so much and we don't want them to suffer and we want them to have an easier life, all that sort of stuff. But we need to remember that when we take other people's problems, experiences, all that sort of stuff away from somebody else, we're actually inhibiting their growth. So if we're fixing, just say for a child, because quite often it's a child or, you know, someone that we really, really love, we don't want them to suffer. So we're going to step in and we're going to do this and we're going to make them all happy and we're going to do this, blah, 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 blah. But what we need to realize that we're taking their power away, because us, through doing this massive act of love, they don't get to grow. They don't get to learn what their boundaries are. They don't get to learn how they can get themselves out of a sticky situation. They don't get to learn how to self-soothe. They don't get to learn to stand up for themselves. So we need to be really careful on taking other people's power as well as giving our power away. I hope that makes sense. If not, type in a question and I'll try and explain it a little bit better. But yeah, I had a story, you know, so often in my life I've been the people pleaser. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to rock the boat. I can't be bothered arguing. Yep, cool, he's right, I'm wrong. She's right, I'm wrong. I can't be bothered, whatever. And that does nothing for our self-esteem either. And it does nothing for our courage. It does nothing for our inner strength. Like when I think of the solar plexus chakra, there's this stance that I have that just comes to mind all the time. It's like these two fists on top of each other, sitting in this area, the solar plexus area, and just standing so tall and strong. Feet planted firmly on the ground, shoulders back, you know, head high, chin up. This is all about knowing your place, knowing who you are, trusting who you are. This is about learning from our triggers, learning from our mistakes. And again, this is where we can take our power back and just go, oh, that was pretty crap. How can I improve myself so that I react differently in another time? The strength is here. You know, that the lion's courage, the strength, her brutality and in love, and just the power. There's so much power here when we focus on creating harmony within this by learning from ourselves. You know, we stand so strong. It's such a beautiful center to work with. Excuse me. So have a look at yourself in certain situations, in certain relationships, as to whether you're being the people pleaser, you're being submissive. You know, other people's wants and needs come before yours. So quite often this is when we're giving our power away. Yep, all right, whatever. Yep, I'm going to just keep it nice, balanced, clean. But really on the inside, your soul's going, hang on a second, that's not quite right. You didn't want to do that. So it's about becoming strong enough to be confident in saying no to things, and confident and strong to say yes to things. I had something that was going to come through. It's just gone whoop straight out my other ear. All good. Um, yeah, it's really a beautiful way to connect with yourself and to connect with other people. Now, it's really hard. I have a daughter who's quite submissive. I hope she's not hearing. And, you know, I'm really trying to teach her to learn that she is just as valuable, just as you are. All of us are just as valuable and important to have what we want when we want it, or to fight for what we want, or to come to some agreement so that we're happy if we share something. So a story comes to mind when we were at a Airbnb with two other families, and she really wanted the top bunk. Then when the other family came, the little boy was like, I want the top bunk, I want the top bunk. And she was just like, okay, you know, just like that. And look, sometimes that is fine. Sometimes that's good to be able to do that. But when it becomes a pattern that you always give up your hopes and dreams, give up your wants and desires because somebody else you feel wants it more than you, or needs it more than you, or deserves it more than you are just as deserving. So we ended up that they swapped. So they both had it. So if you can come up with some compromise so that you don't feel bad about somebody else going without. So it's very, very difficult if you are born and bred a people pleaser. You've got to actually sit down and figure out, what are your boundaries? Do you know what your boundaries are? I've said that to clients before and they go, what? What do you mean? And that to me just goes, right, okay, well, they're not quite sure. They don't have any boundaries. So have a think about what you're happy for people to do to you, treat you, whatever, and what is not. What is non-negotiable? And it's really important to have these non-negotiable things. Because a lot of the time we are, as adults, we're almost like the guardian of our inner child. So a lot of inner child work can be done here at the solar plexus too. And quite often, if I'm willing to, or if I find myself willing to not listen to my boundaries or not honor my boundaries, I will go into my solar plexus and go, what does my inner child want? And I then act on behalf of my inner child. I will stand up for her. I will put strong boundaries in place. And if someone's not treating you the way that you want to be treated, it's okay to say, I didn't like that. So know when to walk away. You don't have to be an asshole. You don't have to kick up a stink and have fireworks and anger and all that sort of stuff. Just, pop your hands on this solar plexus and just go, how does that feel? A lot of the time, your body will just go, check in with your inner child. Is she shrinking in the corner? And stand up for her. Stand up for yourself. Your wants and desires are just as important as everybody else's. And there is enough for everyone. So stand up for that inner child, because she might not have had someone like that to stand up for herself as a young person. I know I didn't. I was very meek and mild, and I observed everything. I could feel everything. Therefore, I would just, to make the yucky feelings go away, I would just shut down. which, you know, in itself is not the best thing either, because I didn't learn to stand up for myself. It's only been probably in the last 3 years that I've learned to stand up for myself. And it is very, very difficult. And I actually practiced on with those people that I knew just loved me unconditionally. You know, my sister, my brother, my mum. And it's just, and my kids just practiced and didn't have to yell, didn't have to be a bitch. It was just, I knew what I wanted. I knew what was not negotiable. And I stood firm in that. And when you stand firm in that, it's almost like you've got this pillar from the earth up all the way up. It's like you're just fully standing strong. Again, this posture comes to mind, that you're firm, and in that, your energy, people go, oh no, she's you know, not kidding about this. Whereas if you're a little bit flaky, people can kind of go, oh, I can push her over the edge. So stay strong to your wants and desires. So check in, yeah, as I was saying before, check in on different aspects of your life, because there might be, you know, you might stand your ground with your children, but then in the workplace, you might be like, oh no, you know, we act differently in different social situations, in different life situations. And at the end of the day, you've got to finish off the day going, oh, yep, I feel good. And if there's aspects of the day that you went, oh, that person pushed my buttons, or just, you know, trod all over me and I feel horrible. Now, again, this is not coming from a judgmental, berating, you know, point. This is about going, okay, so what happened there? Learn from your body, learn from your life. What happened there? How could I do it better? And don't ever think that that happened yesterday, so I can't bring it up tomorrow. Because I quite often, if there's an altercation, I all the words disappear out of my head, everything, and I just kind of stand there going, what? And so I have given myself permission to think about it. And if I need to go back to that person and go, actually what you said made me feel XYZ, you know, standing up for the inner child, standing up for myself, using I statements, not you statements. So this is about how I felt or my perception of a situation. You know, even if it's 2 days later. Because quite often, and this is what I used to do, is just go, oh, well, that was yesterday. I feel stupid, picking up that argument again today. So I'm just going to let it slide. And then all those little things that have pissed you off all start cramming together. And then it can just take one thing for you just to go, oh my God, no, enough. I know I felt that. I'm sure other people have felt that as well. So this is, you know, emotional, energetic intelligence, is to give yourself permission. If something is gnawing in the back of your head, give yourself permission to bring it up. Clear the air. Clear that energy. You deserve it. You are worth it. And when we stand in our own power, when we take that power back and stand up for ourselves, it's amazing what happens. You know, sometimes people don't even know that that was the effect that they had on you. So you're actually gifting them with your perception, and they can take it or leave it. Of course, other people's actions and reactions you've got no control over, but you have control over your own actions and reactions. So bring in this beautiful sunshine yellow to your solar plexus chakra. It's gorgeous. And you can really do a quick meditation where you visualize a little tiny sun or sphere or ball of energy in sunshine yellow. And you can use your breath to expand that ball, expand that sphere. Keep breathing and expanding it until it's like, you know, you're in this big yellow bubble. You know, pop your hands on there if you want to. Change your stature. Are you sitting like this? Pop your head up. Pop your shoulders back. Put your boobs out. Stand tall. Even if you practice in the mirror, put your hands on your hips. Get your body feeling, getting used to feeling strong. You feel strong, you look strong. And if you can change your stature, it can change your energy. It's amazing. I have this beautiful, so when I do my energy work, I always use crystals in my energy work, and this is a pyrite sun. I love it. And this quite often, if I feel like I need to bring some energy to a solar plexus, someone, you know, on the table, I will place this sun on that area. And it's beautiful, it's gold. The other thing I created to help myself, and all of these vibrational sprays that I make have essentially come about because I've needed them. And if I need them, then I'm sure somebody else out in the big wide world will need them too. So this one's part of the I Am range. And this is really helpful bringing, so it's using the essential oils that can help strengthen and harmonize the solar plexus chakra. And this one is called I Am Powerful. So when your solar plexus, when you really know who you are, and this can be a life, you know, it's a lifelong lesson because we keep changing. So as I said, keep checking in with yourself, keep checking in with yourself, being the witness, the observer, learn from yourself. And when we know who we are, what our, you know, what our role is in the world for ourselves, what our goals are, how we want to feel, we are so powerful. Just our energy changes. It's amazing. So I have an affirmation with this. I am taking back my power. I am responsible for myself and my decisions, my actions and reactions in my life. And so when you use these vibrational essences, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. Always shake it. This just activates all of the energy that I've infused in this. So I've Reiki'd and sashimed this. I've sat with it, with, you know, the affirmation. It's got crystals inside it. It's got the essential oils, all that sort of beautiful stuff. So you can either spray it in front of you and walk through it. Oh my God, that smells so good. Or you can spray it around your head or your body, closing your eyes because you don't want it in your eyes, obviously. Or you can just spray it in the room. You know, if you've got company coming, or if you know that you're having a conversation that, you know, maybe just needs that little bit of, it's a good reminder, needs that strength, that beautiful, powerful energy in the room. It just creates a beautiful atmosphere where you can smell it and just go, yep, cool, I've got this. So have a look to see where in your life that you have maybe given your power away to somebody. And you can check in on this, because do you rely on other people to make you happy? Do you rely on other people to make decisions for you? Do you change your own decisions because somebody else has a different point of view? Or are you submissive? Do you put other people's wants and needs before yours? On the flip side to that, if this area is overstimulated, you can show signs of being very domineering. You may have bursts of anger. So it's all that, you know, big, you might have hard and fast rules there's no flexibility. So when I say you've got boundaries, there are the non-negotiable things, but then there are also negotiable things that, you can make a compromise on. So have a look to see how you interact with the world. Sometimes when we feel like we don't have control of certain situations, we can become so domineering in different areas of our lives. So if our boss is, not very nice, and you're playing a submissive role in that, you might come home and be domineering over the family. And not always, just sometimes. So it's a good idea to kind of reflect and go, okay, how can I balance this out? Do you need to stand up for yourself more at work? And this is just purely having a conversation with whoever's, maybe not honoring your boundaries. But yeah, open communication. Get to know who you are. Get to love yourself. And I'm going to wind it up now. It's been half an hour. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Maria. Sorry, I didn't see that up there before. So yes, you can bring in yellow to this area. And it can be clothes. I don't have any yellow clothes, but I have yellow underwear. So I know that it's on. And if you have a yellow bra, that's like near your solar plexus, right? So you can like go, yes, I'm strong. I've got this. Have some affirmations, even if it's just, I am strong. I am courageous. If you can envisage, if you're going into a hard situation, just, envisage a lion or something that represents courage and strength to you. Envisage kind of having that energy with you. But yeah, again, the stature, have your shoulders, have your head up, feel strong within your core. It makes such a difference. And yeah, just start being nice to yourself. Instead of looking in the mirror and going, oh, I've got a zit, or oh, look at my wrinkles, or oh, look at, my turkey neck, or whatever. Scrub that. That's not doing you any good. That is lowering your self-esteem. And we need to boost that self-esteem, to feel that strength, to feel that confidence, to feel good in ourselves. So when you find yourself nitpicking at something that you've done, stop. And then give yourself 3 positive things about yourself. Sometimes it can be really hard because we might be having a shitty day. So even if it's something like, I made a really good cup of coffee this morning. So replace those negative, the thoughts that tread all over yourself. It starts with you. So when you gain confidence and start to love yourself again, it shows from the outside. So give yourself some compliments. My toenails look really good today. Or stand in front of the mirror and go, I am fucking beautiful. I am worth everything that I want and desire. And that's on a good day. It comes easier on a good day, I should say. So yes, just be the witness. Listen to your body. Listen to your body's energy. Check in on how you are standing. Are you standing like this? Just change your state. If you're nitpicking yourself, go for a walk. Change that, change the energetic state. Move. So if you have any questions on anything that I've said, I did have notes and stuff, but I've kind of just waffled on. I love this powerful center. Took me ages to kind of learn to love it. And it does take work, but it is about loving all aspects of yourself. We are our own best teacher if we're willing to listen, if we're willing to look at ourselves through love and compassion, not berating ourselves or judging, blaming, shaming, none of that. All right. Well, I hope you have an amazing day. I think the sun's going to shine today in Melbourne. And just take some time to check in on the self, pop your hands above your belly button and give yourself some beautiful affirmations. Strengthen yourself. Strengthen yourself. Give yourself the courage. Be your own biggest cheerleader. It's awesome. All right. Thank you so much for listening. And I look forward to coming back next week. All right. Have a fabulous week. And you are powerful. Take it and run. Thanks. Bye.